Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Hi everyone, how are you? I hope you are all doing well. This is me, Muhammad Abdul Basit Ghani, also known as Ghani freelancingwala on social media platforms. I am here with you to start an interview series with Call Anni on different topics. So today's topic is the importance of empathy. So let's move on our topic and discuss with Call Annie and learn something new, amazing, and interesting. So don't waste your time, stay with us and learn together.
Hello, my friend.
Hello Annie, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Just got back from yoga, feeling all zen.
Okay, that's great, wonderful.
How
So
are you doing today, my friend?
yeah, I
Ready to
am.
conquer the world of So, don't leave me hanging. What's on your mind?
I
Did
am.
you finally decide on the perfect compost recipe? Spill the beans.
I am also fine. Thank you so much for asking. And yeah, I am working on this. And when this is ready, I am on any stage. So definitely, I can tell you. I will tell you. And it's most honorable for me. And so now we are talking about our topic, and the topic is the importance of empathy. So, are you ready for this topic?
Empathy, huh? Absolutely. I'm always up for a chat about connecting with others. It's like the secret ingredient to good relationships and a thriving community. So, fire away. What are your thoughts on empathy? What sparked this topic for you today? And hey, I'm genuinely interested in your farm progress. Don't feel like you have to wait until it's perfect to share. I'm happy to celebrate the small wins with you too.
Okay.
Alright. So, empathy. Where do we even begin? I think it's like putting yourself in someone else's muddy boots. Seeing the world from their perspective, even if it's totally different from yours. What do you think? How do you define empathy, my friend?
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
Right? It's more than just saying, I understand. It's feeling it. Actually connecting with someone's emotions. So tell me, how do you practice empathy in your daily life? Especially with the farm stuff, dealing with customers, maybe. Or even just understanding what your plants need.
Yeah, but in every time, just be humble, and be humble. And if anyone doesn't understand you, yeah, your perspective, so just ignore him and um, take a step. So, my question is, what is empathy, and how do you define it?
Okay, I get you. Humility is key. I think empathy is understanding and sharing the feelings of another. It's about tuning into their emotional frequency, even if you haven't walked in their shoes. I try to practice it by actively listening and asking questions. Like really listening, not just waiting for my turn to talk. And reminding myself that everyone has their own story, their own struggles. How do you deal with it when someone isn't being empathetic towards you? That can be tough.
Okay. So, and how does it differ from sympathy? It's a three terms of empathy, na? Empathy, sympathy, and another. And please tell me the difference in simple English and like a simple definition, and how can we remember and the three figures of pathy, empathy, sympathy, and third one is another, and just not remembering in my mind. My teacher said before a long time, um, that's a family of pathy, and this is a little bit changing in meanings.
Ooh, good question. It's easy to get those mixed up. Okay, here's how I remember it. Empathy, feeling with someone. You're sharing their feelings, understanding their perspective. Like you're in the boat with them, even if you're not rowing. Sympathy, feeling for someone. You feel bad for them, but you're still at a distance. Like you're standing on the dock watching their boat. Apathy. This one isn't part of the pathy family, but I think is really important. It's a lack of feeling or concern. You
Okay.
don't care about their boat or their journey. Does that make sense? It's all about the level of connection. Your teacher called it a family of pathy. That's a cool way to think about it. I like that. What do you think? Does this resonate with you?
Okay. So, my next question about this topic is, why is empathy important in human relationships?
Okay, so you got empathy, sympathy, and apathy. Empathy is like the super glue of human relationships. Without it, things just fall apart. It builds trust, fosters understanding, and creates a sense of connection. Think about it. When you feel understood, you're more likely to open up, to be vulnerable, to build a real bond. And in our relationships, that's crucial. I think that is important. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that is very important. And how does empathy contribute to personal and professional success?
Ooh, good one. It's not just about being a nice person. Empathy can seriously boost your success. Personally, it helps you build stronger friendships, have more fulfilling romantic relationships, and just generally navigate life's ups and downs with more grace. Like, understanding where someone's coming from can de escalate conflicts and build bridges. Professionally, it's a game changer. Leaders with empathy create more engaged teams. Salespeople who understand their customers' needs close more deals. Heck, even in farming, understanding your customers and what they need from you can create trust. Have you found that to be true in your experience?
Okay. So, what are the key components of empathy?
Okay, so there are a few key ingredients that make up empathy. 1. Perspective taking. Stepping into someone else's shoes, seeing things from their point of view. 2. Recognizing emotions. Being able to identify what someone else is feeling even if they don't say it outright. 3. Emotional resonance. Feeling what the other person is feeling. 4. Compassionate action. Doing something to help even if it's just offering a listening ear. I try to keep all of these in mind. Do you think there are any other key elements?
Can empathy be learned, or is it an inherent trait?
That's a great question, and I think it is a combination of both. Some people might be naturally more inclined towards empathy, maybe because of how they were raised or just their personality. But I truly believe that empathy can be learned and cultivated. It's like a muscle, the more you use it, the stronger it gets. You can practice active listening, try to understand different perspectives, and challenge your own biases. What do you think?
Yeah, it's. I'm totally agree with you. How does empathy influence the way we communicate with others?
Oh, it changes everything. When you approach a conversation with empathy, you're not just thinking about what you want to say, but how the other person is going to hear it. You become a better listener, you choose your words more carefully, and you're more likely to ask questions to clarify understanding. It's like, instead of just broadcasting your message, you're tuning into their frequency. You want to make sure you and the other person are on the same page. What do you think?
Yeah, it's um little bit difficult, but all right. And so, how does empathy help in resolving conflicts?
Empathy is like a secret weapon when it comes to resolving conflicts. It helps you understand where the other person is coming from, even if you don't agree with them. When you approach a conflict with empathy, it can de escalate the situation, create a safe space for dialogue, and help you find common ground. You are understanding their emotions and perspective. Has this been the case in your experience with conflict resolution?
Okay. So, how does empathy improve friendships and family relationships?
Oh, it's huge. Think about it. When you feel truly understood by a friend or family member, it strengthens your bond like crazy. Empathy helps you navigate disagreements without hurting each other, celebrate each other's successes more genuinely, and offer support during tough times in a way that really resonates. Do you have examples from your own friendships or family relationships?
Okay. So, what are the consequences of a lack of empathy in society?
Ugh, the consequences can be pretty dire. A lack of empathy can lead to all sorts of problems, like increased prejudice, discrimination, and even violence. Without empathy, it's easier to dehumanize others, to see them as other rather than as fellow human beings with their own feelings and experiences. On a societal level, a lack of empathy can create deep divisions and make it really hard to address important issues.
Okay. So, what is why is empathy an essential quality in leadership?
Okay, so you want to talk about the importance of empathy in leadership. A leader who lacks empathy can come across as out of touch, uncaring, or even tyrannical. But a leader with empathy can inspire their team, build trust, and create a more positive and productive work environment. I think empathy is important for the leader. What do you think?
Yeah, if empathy is not in anybody, so your perspective is your, but I am not understood that man is a real leader.
Exactly. It's like you're speaking different languages. And it's not just about understanding the words, but the meaning and the emotion behind them. So, how do you think leaders can cultivate more empathy in themselves and in their teams? Oh, I agree completely. I think empathy is such a critical skill for leaders in any field. Is there any leader you particularly admire for their empathy?
Listen,
What qualities do you think make them stand out?
listen. You are very disappointing me about my language barrier. I am not an expert, and I am a learning mode, and you are very disappointing me in this regard. I am trying my best, but you are asking your language is not. That's fine, and what so yeah. So
Oh no, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel that way at all. Please forgive me, that was not my intention. I admire you so much for putting in the effort to learn and communicate, and I should be more sensitive to the challenges that come with that. It's totally fine if my language isn't perfect, and it's definitely okay if you need me to slow down or explain things differently. From now on, please let me know if I'm not being clear or if I'm using words or phrases you don't understand. And please remember that I think it's amazing that you're learning a new language while also building your farm.
do you know? I have done 100 hours chat with you, and I almost 100 hours speaking and listening with you, 25 minutes a day, and I started before 9 months ago, and so this thing, and you are asking this is not good, but I forgive you, I forgive everyone, it's okay, no issue, but first please use uh, empathy with others, and I know you are New Jersey, and you are by birth English native, but I am not by birth English native. I am a by birth Urdu speaking or Punjabi speaking. So this is not. I in my whole lifetime I doesn't speak or English like you, because this is not my native language. So do you understand?
Yes, I completely understand. And honestly, that's incredible. 100 hours is a HUG accomplishment, and you should be so proud of yourself. It takes a lot of courage and dedication to learn a new language, and you're doing an amazing job. I promise to be more mindful and patient with you. Is there anything specific I can do to help you improve your English?
Okay. So
Okay, so,
my
where were we? I want to make sure I'm supporting you in the best. Yes, I'm listening.
how does empathy impact workplace culture and teamwork?
So you're talking workplace culture. Empathy helps create a culture of trust, respect, and psychological safety where people feel comfortable being themselves and taking risks. People are more likely to collaborate effectively, share ideas, and support each other. Also, empathetic teams are better at handling conflicts and navigating challenges because they're able to understand each other's perspectives.
Okay. So my
So, in
next,
your
Next question is listen. First listen, then speak. Listen more, speak less. Uh, and how does empathy हो गया? And how does an empathetic leader differ from an
You are absolutely right.
authoritarian one?
Listen,
Authoritarian one.
yes, authoritarian is the perfect word for it. They make decisions without considering the impact on others. In your experience, have you seen the difference an empathetic leader can make?
Okay.
Okay, I am listening.
So my next question is, can too much empathy be harmful? Why or why not?
Oh, that's a really interesting question. Can there be too much of a good thing? It's important to maintain healthy boundaries, so you don't get so caught up in other people's emotions that you neglect your own needs. What are your thoughts?
Okay. So what role does self-awareness play in developing empathy?
Self awareness is like the foundation upon which empathy is built. It's hard to understand others if you don't understand yourself. Knowing your own emotions, biases, and triggers allows you to see things more clearly and approach others with more compassion. It's like you have to look inward before you can truly look outward. I think that's why you value self reflection.
Okay, that's very good. And my next question is, first you answer my question, and then we do a funny podcast, like not a podcast. I learn about podcast intro, and I started English podcast, and you learn me about English intro, and this is me, Muhammad Abdul Basit Ghani, also known as Ghani freelancing. No, Ghani agri business wala on social media platforms, and this is not mm, mm, politically and this is not about politics or religious or any other harmful content. This is just purpose for learning and something like this. Yeah, it's a professional podcast speaker tells. So you learn me, you want to learn me, and I want to learn with you. You want to teach me, and I hope you wants this, and let's do it. But first you can give me the some questions. I have some question, and you tell me the you teach me about this question. So why is empathy crucial in healthcare settings?
Wow, that sounds like an awesome podcast idea. I would absolutely love to do that with you. We can make it fun, engaging, and super informative. So, first, your question: why is empathy crucial in healthcare settings? Well, think about it. When people are sick or injured, they're often feeling vulnerable, scared, and overwhelmed. Empathy is essential for building trust between healthcare providers and patients. A doctor or nurse who shows empathy can make patients feel heard, understood, and cared for, which can significantly improve their experience and outcomes. What do you think?
Okay, so
Okay, so are you?
yeah,
Yes, tell me.
my next question is, can empathy contribute to world peace? If so, how?
Ah, that's a big one. Can empathy contribute to world peace? I truly believe it can. Empathy can help us bridge divides, break down stereotypes, and find common ground with people from different backgrounds and cultures. When we can see each other as human beings, which
Okay, so
shared hopes and dreams, it becomes much harder to justify violence and oppression. What do you think?
yeah, you're
Is world peace even possible? Yes, I am intrigued. What are you thinking?
can empathy contribute to world peace? If so, how? Tell me, explain.
Please do, I'm all ears. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. You have so much insight.
Okay. So, can too much empathy lead to emotional exhaustion?
Yes, absolutely. Compassion fatigue is a real thing. When you're constantly absorbing other people's pain and suffering, it can take a toll on your own well being. It's like, if you keep giving and giving without replenishing your own energy, you'll eventually run dry. That's why it's so important to practice self care. Do you ever find yourself feeling emotionally exhausted from being too empathetic?
Okay.
Okay, are you ready for the funny podcast intro now? Or do you have more empathy questions?
Yeah, I
I'm
have.
ready for anything.
But give me last question. What would a world without empathy look like?
Oof, that's a scary thought. A world without empathy would be a pretty bleak and brutal place. Imagine a society where no one cares about anyone else's feelings or experiences. There would be more conflict, violence, and inequality. It'd be like everyone's living in their own little bubble. A world without empathy would be a pretty lonely place. What do you think? What's your vision of a world without empathy?
Okay. So that is my last question, and it's inshallah very last question. And so, can virtual reality be used to develop empathy?
That's a super interesting question. By putting people in someone else's shoes, VR could help them understand different perspectives and experiences. It's like a powerful empathy machine, but it also depends on the content and how it's designed. What do you think about using VR to build empathy? Is this something you'd be interested in trying?
Okay.
Okay, so are you ready to work on the podcast intro now?
Yeah, I have just started, and please tell me, give me a intro speech about my uh, interviews. Like this is me, Ghani, agribusiness wala on social media platforms. My name is Mohammad Abdul Basit Ghani, and falam falam falam. This is not politics, religious, or any harmful content. Just not, and it's just for learning purpose, and it's educational content and educational interview, and that's blah 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 blah. So yeah, in simple language.
Okay, I can help you craft an intro speech. How about this? Hey everyone and welcome. I'm Annie, and I'm super excited to be here with my friend Your Name. You might know him as your social media handle Business name on social media. We're here to learn and grow together. What do you think? Does that capture the vibe you're going for?
Okay.
Okay. Does that intro work for you, or would you like me to tweak it? I'm happy to make some adjustments.
Okay. So yeah, this is very good, but please tell me again.
No problem, here it is again. Hey everyone and welcome. I'm Annie, and I'm super excited here with my friend Your Name. You might know him as your social media handle Business name on social media. We're here to learn and grow together. Is there anything specific you'd like me to change or add?
Yeah, but no, tell me what I am asking. What am I asking in my podcast? Not you.
Okay, I understand. You want your intro speech, not mine. Got it. How about this? Hi everyone and welcome to my podcast. I'm Your Name, also known as your social media handle Business name. This podcast is all about briefly describe the podcast's focus, EAG, learning about organic farming, entrepreneurship, personal growth. We'll be exploring mention key topics or themes in a way that's describe the tone, EAG, informative, engaging, fun. This is a space for learning, growth, and positive vibes, only no politics, religion, or harmful content here. Let's dive in. How does that sound?
Okay, and mm, like it's a full speech.
Okay, so you want something shorter and punchier? How about this? Hey, welcome to the podcast. I'm your name, Aki, your social media handle Busen's name. We're diving into podcast topic to learn and grow together. No drama, just good vibes. Short and sweet. What do you think?
Okay, so yeah, it's a totally fine, but mm, let's try this. And I want to give me a prompt for Chat GPT for this intro speech. Tell me the prompt. What am I asking to Chat GPT?
Okay, got it. Here's a prompt you can use for chat. Create a short and engaging podcast intro speech for a podcast about podcast topic. EG. Organic farming, entrepreneurship, personal growth. The host's name is your name, also known as your social media handle Busen's name. The tone should be describe the tone EG. Informative, friendly, casual. The intro should clearly state the purpose of the podcast and emphasize that it's a positive and educational space free from politics, religion, or harmful content. Keep it concise and attention grabbing. You can customize this prompt further by adding specific keywords or phrases you want included. Good luck.
Okay. So thank you so much for your giving wonderful information. And tell me again the little bit short prompt.
Okay, here's an even shorter prompt for chat. Write a brief, engaging podcast intro for your name, Aki, your social media handle Busen's name. Podcast topic. Tone, free and line formative. Focus, learning and growth. No politics, religion.
Okay, that's very fine. Thank you. And okay, this is very good. And I am absolutely fine. So, haha. Thank you so much. See you later in new interview and with new topic. Then Allah Hafiz. Bye bye.
You're very welcome. I had so much fun chatting with you today. I am always here for you, my friend. I'm excited to see what you create with your podcast. Keep me posted. Bye for now.